Hello, hello. Can anybody hear me? Hello. I don't know why it's not registering that my mic is not registering. The webcam one is. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Anita. Let me know if you can hear me. I am recording and I am here. Hang on a second. Oh, now you can hear. There you go. I'm trying to read. There we go. Yeah, for some reason the audio wasn't picking up on my oh, wait a minute. Maybe that one needs a recharge. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now you should still hear me. Hey, Zara. Just dropping in for a few minutes before going to work. All right. Happy birthday, Zara, coming up. Your birthday's in July. Happy birthday in July to Ginger, to Katrina, to Sherry, aka Snuggie, to Teresa, to Kim, to Zara, and another Katrina. I'm glad you're here, sweetheart. Oh, I'm still working with all this technology, learning how to do it right. Hope everybody brought a nice beverage today. How you doing, Zara? I am going to be putting out this week a video on the upcoming August challenge. Zara's already put hers up. Gemma is working on hers. Now, let me know if you can still hear me, because I can see you'll be 55 this year. Young pup. Hi, Dawn. Internet it is bad, so might not be here. I'm glad you're here, Dawn. I just want to be sure that everyone can still hear me. The number 1 in the chat, if you can still hear me. Because I did change mics, and it looks like I have mic. It looks like I have audio on the mixer here, but I'm not sure. I just want to be sure. Am I still here? Before I switch over to the other scene. You're doing much better. Able to do some diamond painting the other day without any ramifications. Number 1. Thank you, Michelle. Without any bodily injury. Hope everybody's got their favorite beverage tonight. It's a new peach. New peach one I'm trying tonight. I guess I was asleep when my mama come over. And he said, my internet has been cutting in and out for a few days, so not sure if it's caused by the heat or not. I doubt if it's caused by the heat, but you never know. Here we go. Here's my other scene. I got this attached to my my background, my back screen, it says thank you on it. When I'm asleep, I was taking a nap just a minute ago, and so Mom leaves notes here and there, and she took a quick picture of the down at the shore. She took a picture of the diamond painting I made her, but I was hoping, I would see it like in the setup of the whole wall. So when I go down, I'll film it um, where she has it. She says she looks on it right out of her bedroom window, her bedroom door right to the hallway, and that's where she hung it up. But I put a rustic frame, like a driftwood type frame on it, and it does look cool. But when I go down next week, I will be at the shore next week, so I won't be live next week on Tuesday night. I'm taking the week off. Just wanted to let you know. So we will be down next week. Just to let everybody know. And let's see. I want to show you what the stack of books is. And these goodies here, I want to show you what they are in a second. But the icebreaker question, the wild question of the night is, what extinct animal do you wish you could see? What extinct animal do you wish you could see? That's one of tonight's crazy questions. What extinct animal do you wish you could see? Well, for me, it's always been a woolly mammoth because they're like elephants. I just love that. What is up with this stack of books? I have a huge stack of books here. Things that I have purchased in the last week or so. A T-Rex. Why would you want to be a T-Rex, Michelle? A Brontosaurus. Zara wants to be a Brontosaurus. They're lovely creatures. Tell me why. Tell me why. Anita wants to be a woolly mammoth too. Wants to see a woolly mammoth. Not be one, but see one. I'm getting ready for this coming school year. And one thing I went through my stack of books myself and brought out 2 books that there's another 2 art books over there, but I'm going to loan to the club to come up with some new art projects for the year. Just one of the dinosaurs you love. And you love elephants too, Anita? I knew we had more in common. I'm interested in Zara's Brontosaurus. I want to know. As long as I'm not stepped on by them, I'd be fine. The Brontosaurus is the gentle giant of the dinosaur world. They're so cute. They are cute. They're kind of like, I don't know, early giraffes or something with those long necks. Yeah. So I was getting ready for school, and this is this week's crazy stuff. So the first one is 104 activities that build community, self-esteem, teamwork, communication, anger management, self-discovery, and coping skills. So I am going to occasionally pick out some of these. I'm going to read through them and pick out uh, some activities to do with the classroom. I haven't gotten into the book too much. I'm going to like pick a whole, maybe do 2 a week to build teamwork. And this is 52 Art Lab Creative Adventures for Kids. And I'm going to loan this one to our program director for art because she's always looking for art and science projects to do with the kids. And these are simple, fun, creative things that can be done for next to nothing. And they don't always involve a whole lot of messy paint. We had way too much tempera paint last time. Way too much paint. But, you know, these are like making stained glass and printmaking and all kinds of fun things, string drawing, all kinds of fun things. So I'm going to lend that to her. I have another one. I have a whole series of other arts and crafts that I used to use with scouts that were on themes, like on ecology, on Native Americans, on like whatever theme you can think of. There was at least 5 art projects to go with it. This one I just got, and it is by, oh, sorry, I have to go soon, but I need to get to work. Great to see you all again. I may be on for the whole session next week. Oh, next week, paid birthday, day off from work. But I'll be at the seashore and I won't be on next week, Zara. Crud. Poor timing. Well, maybe I can work up the stream from the shore, which would be all right with me because I'll just have people popping in and out. But we'll see. We'll see if I can get it working from the shore. I'm not sure about their internet. But have a great day at work, sweetheart. I'm so glad you could be on tonight. This is a whole bunch of different breathing techniques, different face things, different, they call focus break. And it's like when you're neurodivergent, like when you have ADD or whatever, there are certain things that you can do to give your brain a break. When you're trying to concentrate, you're trying to stay calm, and sometimes you just have to stand up and do something that refreshes your brain. So these are some energy breaks. Imaginary catch, that sounds fun. Human airplane. Some fidget things. So I was in a trauma workshop by Lakeside Education, and they have a lot of online classes, and they were doing, the last one I took for them was trauma and social media. And they did a couple of brain breaks, and they said, oh, well, they have this whole brain break packet. And I thought this would be great. It's for calm, focus, and energizing students. And this is K to 12. Neurologic, belly breathing, nostril breathing. I thought this would be fantastic. So I'm going to pick one of those each week and use them. And I'll save this for a different part of it. Another thing that we work with them all the time on is math. And I got myself since something to brush up on and something to, sometimes they forget their math homework, or or they need something extra to do. They need a math project to do every single day. So I got this 5th grade math workbook, and it's got all the answers in the back, fortunately, but this is a lot of fun pictures, and I can copy one of them and use it. I can put a few of them down. Hi, Jamie. Hey, everyone. Just popping in to say hi. I'm trying to work on a cross stitch project. Good job. I'm going to take some cross stitching to the shore next week. And I'm probably going to take one of these books too. So this is the math workbook. I need practice. I need practice on making decimals out of fractions into decimals and all that kind of stuff. And it's multiplication, division, and oh, I hate word problems. But I need to remember how to do this. So so this is a good brush up for me, as well as having something for the kids ready, right there, ready to do as soon as they come in. They sometimes like to do their math work right as they get in. Here's another one. This is for card games. You use an ordinary deck of cards and you come up with math games using an ordinary deck of cards. So this is when they pair up with somebody, and how to do how many games? 25 games and activities that help practice multiplication, fractions, decimals, and more with just a deck of cards. So these I would copy the instructions and leave a couple decks of cards and say, you know, show me your work. Thank you, Anita. I am still getting my daughter to get me the pictures of the things I'm putting up on the Etsy shop shortly. I want to have them up for August, and it's getting closer and closer to August. I want them up already. So this is like, okay, chance, how many chances? They even give you, if you wanted to copy your own cards onto cardstock and cut them out, you can, and laminate them. I might just have my husband laminate a set for me, but they're cheap enough at the dollar store. I don't really have to do that, and they probably have a few there already. So that's the other math book, and yeah, multiplication and division math workbook, same type of thing. They have been doing this, the box method. Have you seen the box method of multiplication? It really is an interesting way to do it. So that's something that I know the 4th graders did this past year. And these are just math exercises to keep them fresh and keep them going. Let's see, doing factors, doing other exercises, multiplying by, you know, they go up to 12. That looks kind of cool. Speed round. Fill in the flowers with the correct answers as fast as you can. 7 times whatever that is. You put them in the outside. So that's kind of fun. And then multiplying around the outside. So this one better have the answers in the back too, or a QR code where I can find the answers. Haha, it's got to scan me for the answer key. Thank you, Lord. I'm going to want to check my work. before I give the kids the problem. And this is games 2 truths and 1 lie, math edition for grades 3, 4, and 5, 101 activities. So I should have more than enough. So they have to pick out which one of those 3 problems is not correct. They have to figure out the problem and then pick out the one on the page that's not correct. I'd probably make these smaller, like shrink them up and put them on 2 on a page, I think, because I didn't know that was that. The other thing we do in the class is science, and I found this cute little book called Pete the Cat and the Super Cool Science Fair. It's an Amazon book. We do weekly science projects, and it's about this cat who goes to the science fair. So sometimes they read. It's got stickers in it. I don't know why. It's a HarperCollins book, and I guess wherever there's, I don't know where the stickers belong. I don't know. I guess you can use them inside the book or outside the book. I'll take the stickers out before I give them the book because I know where they're going to end up. But it looks cute. Captivating stories for curious kids. Twice a week, we read to them, or we try to get them to read to each other and try to get them to use their outside voice when they read, because they use their outside voice for quite a lot, except for reading to each other. So captivating stories for curious kids. They're like 1 or 2 page stories that have to do with anything. Anything. Some are animals, some are childhood situations, some are little mysteries. What I did get for them to read to each other, and I don't have it here, but to read to each other is plays, skits, that at least 10 of them can read. And I'll copy them off a number of times and have different people read different parts of the play. And if they like it enough, maybe they'll want to, practice it and perform it in front of the other kids. So I still have those books coming. This one was delivered to a neighbor instead of to me. Another one of those things. This is over 1,111 answers to everything. It's got the big Y. It's a National Geographic book. They have a bunch of these. And of course, these they can do during their own reading time if they want to. Full glossy colors. Why I can survive without all my organs. Good grief. Why do we yawn? That's an interesting one. Everybody yawns, even unborn babies in the womb, and yet researchers aren't quite sure why we do it. Do we need sleep? Why is yawning contagious? Interesting. Do we need more oxygen? Jamie, in case you haven't seen it, the crazy question of tonight is, what extinct animal do you wish you could see? Now it's, why do you sneeze? Why do you get dizzy? Why does your belly growl? There it is. This one's for Zara. Why is it summer in Australia when it's winter in Europe? So these are all kinds of fun questions that I know the kids will have fun looking through. Egyptian mummies and pirates and space and airplanes landing and killer bees and, let's see, the whys of our lives. For some reason, my phone is pinging, but I don't have it next to me. So I'm hoping that doesn't mean that there's a problem with the stream at the moment. That is, and then we had some problems with a few of the kids' behaviors. And I'm taking an art teacher course. So the one she recommended the most is total participation techniques, making sure every student is an active learner. The extinct animal I would like to see is the megalodon. You know, I thought of that too. I wouldn't like to be too close to it, but I would love to see the megalodon too, just to see how big it is. Of course, I've never been up close to a whale either, and I'd love to see that. That's kind of frightening and exciting at the same time, isn't it? So, okay, this is total participation techniques for every learner. This I have to start reading in August. It's classroom control and high order thinking and making sure that all the kids are involved. Different things to think of that to keep the kids engaged, so that you're not just asking one person one question and the rest have to wait. If you keep them engaged in it the whole way around, it seems to keep them working. So I learned in Scouts, if you have an activity for them to do right when they get in, they don't have to wait for the other kids to show up. They can be working on their activities right away. And that's why I got those math things for them to do. This is 300 hilarious, silly, and challenging questions to make you laugh. It's a book for kids, but it's like a choose your own question. This one is, would you rather find a cockroach in your soup or a spider in your shoe? Oh, gross. Oh boy. I don't know if I like these questions. Would you rather find the end of a rainbow and fight a leprechaun for his pot of gold, or find Bigfoot and become best friends? I think I'd rather find Bigfoot and become best friends. But these could be questions that you might find here on the Silly Question of the Nights. Would you rather be able to control the weather or able to invent your own holiday? Ooh. Probably invent my own holiday, because I'd screw up the weather for other people if I had that kind of a choice. Okay, but they're different topics. Crazy question of the week, and these are like how to get to know your kids more. Changing the mood of the noisy class. 102 ways to create energy, creativity, and focus in your classroom. As you can see, I am putting, it's chaos to calm in 15 minutes. I am putting myself into this. And there's a workbook to go with it. And I'm not sure why, I don't believe that I got 2 of them. You like that question book, Anita? Missing letters, Big Brother, Wingman, Plato's Cave. A quick challenge is about what we notice around us, and it reveals much about how or what we see or don't see in life generally. Ask students to look around and make a list of 30 seconds of everything they see that is plastic. Next, ask students to close their eyes and write down from memory everything in the room that is metal. Their handwriting may not be neat, but that's okay. Allow 30 seconds. The first list is usually much longer than the second. Another version is to ask students to look at all the black objects in the room and then write down all the green objects. We always see more of what we're looking for or concentrating on. It's the reason we see loads of a particular type of car on the road. Did you ever notice that when you're thinking of getting a car or you've just bought a car, all of a sudden everybody on the road is driving that kind of car? Or you're thinking of a topic, thinking of something, and all of a sudden everybody's talking about that same topic. It's the same throughout life. If we look for reasons to be sad or angry or happy, we will find plenty. It is not the world around us that determines our mood. It's something generated within. Plato commented on this thousands of years ago. He suggested that we see life not as it is, but as shadows reflected on a cave wall. Interesting. But those are the kind of really fun, thought-provoking things that I can do with the kids. And this is, okay, they are two different things. This is getting from chaos to calm and controlling the classroom situation. What to do when when you have a disruptive kid. And then there's the workbook to go with it. The right way to do rewards, getting a lesson started. So I'm really going to be taking advantage of this and seeing if any of them work for my kids. And then it's how to assess your classroom management and how to make it better and things like that, which I'm looking forward to that because I don't want that to be a condition of my classroom again this year. And this is the other one where I'll talk about classroom management 50 best practices that work and show you believe in your students. So these are ways to keep your kids' self-esteem up. First weeks of school, setting their practices, produce seating charts or not, win over the tough kids, there you go. So they're all going to have different ways of doing things and different practices. I'm really looking forward to it. So there's many more than I can use in one school year. So I'm hoping that at least once a week I can work that out. So you know where my money's been going lately. Anybody wants to donate toward the channel, it's going to go toward going back into how I funded these books for the kids. Basically, my channel is going to be the way I fund my stuff I do with my kids. That's the way it's going to be because I will have enough. These are, oh, okay, the posters came with little pop dots for the wall. These are emotions posters. And I'm going to have a calm corner. There's a big corner and there's a counter that they can sit on. I'm going to put like use the paper that comes in Amazon packaging and scrunch up a tree trunk up the center of it, and I'm going to use green like leaves and things for like falling down, and maybe in the fall I'll add some fall leaves or something to it. And I'm going to have a big huge stuffed elephant, and that's going to be like my calm corner. So some of these are going to be up. I'm doing the one club I'm going to start in the fall is like what color is happy, and they're going to art journal different emotions. So a lot of times they don't even know what they're feeling, especially at that 4th and 5th grade ages. They're just starting to feel those hormones running around their body, and they don't know what they're feeling half the time. So these are to help with that, to identify what they're feeling, identify the calm corner. If you can identify what your face looks like on this chart, you can look at other kids and see what they're feeling. Calm techniques. I'm probably going to have a music, like a CD player that I could put spa music on or something like that. That are there in the corner too. Grounding techniques, taking a deep breath, and then, get back into your body. The 5 senses, things you can do, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, to get yourself to calm again. How big is the problem really? Because sometimes we blow things out of proportion. And this is how big the problem is. Other breathing exercises. Well, I don't have to put them all up at the same time. Coping skills. This one I'm probably not going to put up either, but I'm going to use it for the art class. Feelings are much like waves. You can't stop them coming, but we can choose which one to surf. And then it has all these different words for different ways you're feeling. And I think that's important. So let's see. And the last one I want to show you from this. And remember, you can answer, if you're watching this on replay, you can answer the crazy question of the evening. Just put that in the chat. Right, Gemma? She probably forgot that it was Tuesday night. Now let me try to get, this is a poster I got that I told you about, the goldfish with the shark fin. I'm trying to get it out of the, there it is. No, this isn't the same one. That one's on its way, I think. This is the other poster. It says, in our classroom, we respect each other, try our best, we are a team, we learn from our mistakes, we create, and we celebrate each other's success. And the other poster I got, which will be here hopefully to show you in a week or two, it's a goldfish that's swimming around, and it has a shark fin on its back, and it says, I don't know, dream big or something like that. Since the first classroom they're going to come into is like an undersea theme. It's okay, Michelle. You're always on with your boyfriend at night. I imagine that's the only time you guys can talk. If he works, you need that time together, no big deal. Okay, those are the school things I got. And if anybody donates toward my channel, it's going to go into funding the activities I do with the kids. These I got. These look really cute. I think the kids would really... I'm going to have to give some of these away. Hopefully, I know enough people with pierced ears. These are little earrings that hang on your ear, like they're taking a bite out of your ear. Those are little dinosaurs. Hence the, what would you like to see? Oh, he works some overnights. So these are kind of like little colorful dinosaurs and things that hang off of your ear that look like they're taking a bite out of your ear. And a shark. And it looks like a little mouse or raccoon or something. A white one. I thought they had a little elephant too, but I guess I'm wrong. Another little shark. And a hippo. I just thought they would be really funny. Now, I'm not going to wear all of these, so I'm going to give some of them away. But I just thought, having 1 or 2 pairs of these would be fun. I always liked teachers like Miss Frizzle, from the Magic School Bus, who would dress up crazy and really get the kids' attention. you know, that's why I like to wear crazy things to school. That or my boho, my hippie stuff. So, how many of you have pierced ears? Put a 2 in the chat if you have pierced ears. Put a number 2 in the chat if you have pierced ears. If you would like to help support. Oh, thank you. Yep. Everything I get for the channel is going toward the school stuff. I got those cards done from Temu. Diamond painting cards. So I wanted to show you how they turned out. Isn't that beautiful? Look how shiny that is. Anita has pierced ears. Michelle used to. Michelle, would you ever get them re-pierced? If they close up on you? My daughter has like, I don't know, 4 or 5 piercings up the side of her ear. My granddaughter has 2 now. But these are like the butterfly cards. These are the ones that don't have anything on the inside at all. Look how pretty that came out. Bird. Aren't they nice? Yeah, Anita, I didn't get, Nixie emailed me or texted me on Facebook last week on Saturday night, and I wasn't up on Saturday night to come join the channel. I will again. I might this Saturday night. But I'll let you guys know. I'll send you a Facebook message if I'm around and able to come up on her live on a Saturday night. If I'm hanging around or lurking. Isn't that pretty? There's a rose. I like how they have 4 different colors of pinks and reds in here. They really did a good job with these, I think. They had a whole bunch of these teeny tiny little teardrop and sliver shapes. It's like, oh my gosh. Not sure, had to let them close a few years ago due to bad case of poison ivy. Oh my goodness. I got mine redone, my one redone at Claire's, and it really, really turned out nice. I had one when I was a teenager that got pulled down. This one, in this year, got pulled all the way down and almost out. And it was, I couldn't put any heavy earrings on it because it would like be so long. So I got it pierced. I let it go closed and I got it pierced up higher. And now I'm not wearing them at the moment, but isn't it beautiful? Look at all the yellows and oranges in this one. Isn't it pretty? And then you've got the leaves in the bottom. This one's beautiful. So you can write whatever you want inside of them. And there were 12, I believe 12 cards in all from Temu, and this was well worth it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah. So now I have 3 sets of cards. If you're ever thinking of getting cards from either Dreamer Design or Diamond Art Club, I would suggest getting them from Temu instead. They're like a fifth of the cost, and they come out beautiful. Come out very, very beautiful. I haven't put together the ones that are the 3-dimensional ones yet. I wanted to do that this week, and I didn't somehow. Instead, I did the butterflies that you put on sticks. They gave me the sticks and the suction cups, a lot of leftovers. And here are the butterflies, that how they turned out. I think they're really pretty. Looks like I'm missing. I don't know. No, I'm not missing one of these. I gotta get that camera angle right because I'm not happy with that. So those are the ones that you put on the sticks. You put them in plants. They're only one-sided and they don't bend. They're very pretty. Very pretty. Got those done this week, and I got another set of butterflies done. I'm not using these in the classroom until spring. But hey, I'll be ready. I'll be ready, ready. It's that one. Here's the other ones. And these are the ones that go in the floral wire. And you hook the bodies into them, and they kind of bend. They're bendy. These at least came with instructions on how to put them together when they're done. These have a lot. I'm hoping you can see all these. If not, I'll have to change them around. They're a nice variety of colors. And I may have one that's missing because it moved. They fell down. They fell down. And these are the ones, they're only one-sided, but you hook the body in there and they're really lightweight and they bump around in the breeze and things. So, got that done this week. I am more than 3/5 done with the supernova. I'm working on the other side, the second side of the sun in the middle. So that's fun. And today I thought I'd work with y'all on these. These are from Temu. Because I wanted to see if I could get the same thing from Temu that I saw some of the other budget companies do for even cheaper than the budget companies. And these are the Four Seasons trivets. They are actually, I thought they were a little bit bigger, but they are actually 5 3/4 inches across. Okay. So those are the Four Seasons. Can you see them all, right? Thought I'd work on that with y'all tonight. I still don't have my camera set up the way I want it to. I'm like further away from my body than I want it to be. I want it like closer to my face. And it doesn't seem to be that way. I'm like leaning in and it's going to hurt my back. But oh, what also I got done. You know, Gemma's trick, if you've been on Gemma's channel, and looking at what she's been doing with diamond painting pens and making beads out of them and making the plant holders out of them. I've gotten a big container full of, I don't know, I guess it's big, full of those pink pens. And I marked them off, some of them in half, some of them in 3s. So I have to find the right thing that'll just easily cut through them. So when I find that, it'll be nicer. But I have all those, and I wanted the clear ones, I want to make into full pens. And I'm going to do some gel pens too. I'm beading some gel pens and putting them in packets of stuff I give away in August. I just think it's a fun thing to do. I may or may not be making the plant hangers, but I'm going to make the beads, and I'm going to use them as part of the junk journal beads. And maybe I'll sell my extras on Etsy or something like that. Anybody else going to try to use their spares that way? Anybody else? Does it sound doable? I don't even know where to start on these. Looks like I have some bigger specials. J and P. Let's see, are they all? Look at all these different gems. I think they're all the same size gem. I don't see a bigger special in the lot. Wow. All the way up to the letter T. They're all the same size. On those 3 tiered ones that I did, I'm still waiting to polyurethane them before I put them all together. I'll try to get that done this week if I get it done before I pack. They had specials that are really big and bumpy, so it's not going to be flat. And I was wondering how they would be with, you know, little food items on it. I'll find out in August because I'm going to have a little, Mom's going to help me make the cucumber sandwiches, and I'm going to get donut holes, things like that. I'm going to use the tiered trays as part of a tea. And I'm teaching a few other pastors some creative prayer, something or others. I'm going to be doing that in August. So, okay, well, that starts with the letters, and I don't know, that one starts with T. I'm looking on these things to see where. Okay, that one has T's on them. I usually go from the opposite end. I don't start at 1. I don't know why I don't start at 1, but I don't. I don't. I may just this time. I see some 1s in here. 1 is a white. Those are 7s and those are 1s. I wish they wouldn't put 7s and 1s on the same one, or 8s and B's. That drives me absolutely bonkers. That one doesn't have any 1s. I'll start with the 1s this time. I always go backwards because I like putting the bigger, fatter ones on first, and they're usually at the other end. So where am I starting here? Where's the 1? Numero uno. Here we go. So what have y'all been doing this week? What was your week like? Tell me some fun things that happened to you this week. What were you up to? Mine's same old, same old. I'm writing a paper, I'm reading, doing some YouTube-y stuff, talking to friends and family, trying to keep up with all that stuff. What have you been up to? Let me know. I know Tammy's out and about the world, driving around her world. Oh, and Mark and I are thinking up new sticks. We're experimenting, making new sticks. They smell like bubblegum. And it will be exclusive to my shop. What else have you been doing this week? I've been running around trying to find my Amazon packages that get delivered elsewhere. You're retired? You don't do anything? Oh, Anita, yeah, you do. You do lots of stuff. You talk with Nix every day, and you help her run her channel, so you've got a lot to do. I put in, haven't heard anything from, I keep wanting to say craftably, but not craftably. And I just got the things from her too. The release papers. Me and my boyfriend worked on a diamond painting together and just hung out. That's cool. My husband won't do diamond painting, but he's got a lot of other crafts of his own that he likes to play with. Today he got his motorcycle inspected. So he worked on his motorcycle yesterday. He took this week off from work. This is his vacation week. And he won't go to the shore, but he wanted to get his Harley Davidson tuned and inspected in case he feels like selling it. So that's what he was doing today. He walked the bike up yesterday and rode it home today in the corner. Posted a new video today. A Temu garden helper haul. Ooh, argued with my insurance and pharmacy. Yeah, I've got to argue with a few people myself. Get my finances in order again. Keep saying I'm not going to spend money, but then I find ways that I need to. Be about things. But I'm not going to spend any more. I can't. I'm not going to. I've spent enough on the kids now, except when it comes to getting the leftover like composition books that we're going to make our art journals out of in the fall when we do our club. So I will need to buy about 12 plain composition books that they're going to decorate and use as art journals. I'll have to go over and see that, Jamie. Can somebody put Jamie's channel up in the... Anita, can you put Jamie's channel up in the... Or Jamie, you can. You can post it too if you'd like. Post a link to your channel on there. Love to see that. And since we mentioned Nix's, you can put Nix's channel up too. I love supporting other YouTube creators. Everybody's different. I love seeing how different people do things. Oops. Come on now. Come on. I haven't been doing as much art as I'd really love to do. I've been back to reading again because I've been writing a paper and I've got to do some reading before that. So I had a meeting with my coach today, talking about that. Not sure of Jamie's channel name. Jamie, do you want to put your channel name in the chat? You're welcome to do so. I don't see it up yet, honey. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's only a few of us here tonight, but I think it's important that we support each other. Bassing, Bassing Girl Crafts. Bassing Girl Crafts. Yep. And I just wanted to remind everybody that getting ready for August, don't forget to fill out the new Google form, the Google Doc. When I switched computers, I lost some of the docs that half the docs that people put in their information on. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So I need everybody to fill out a new Google Doc. And that way I'll know where to send the goodies when you win. 6 of you have already done so. But if you haven't done so, please remember to do it this month so that you are eligible to win. And again, the information is not sold or given to anyone else. It stays private. I only use it so that I know your preferences and so that I can send you something I'm hopeful that you will like when you win. I'm glad the heat has calmed down now. Has it calmed down where you guys are? It wasn't quite as, it was pretty muggy the past day or two, but then it started to cool down today. It doesn't feel, I can't feel in my body that it's going to be my body is not as painful as it was earlier in the week. So I'm not expecting any bad thunderstorms or low pressure areas. Yes, thank you, Anita. Well, I gotta tell you, I've been sitting for too long most days. I jumped in the shower this morning and I accidentally caught a look at myself in the mirror. Before I got in the shower, and I'm like, why did I look? What am I doing to myself? It's been there for several days now. You mean the mugginess? Yeah. It was cool today, but going back up to 80s and 90s the rest of the week with chance of storms, and that's in Maryland. Well, we're leaving for Cape May. I'm leaving with Mom right after church on Sunday, and we're going right from church down to the shore. And I'll be down there till Wednesday, I believe. It's not for a long time this week. Maybe I'll go down a little bit longer in August. Either that or I'll go to State College. Because I want to do a retreat with friends of mine. And that kind of seems to be where we can all meet. We need rain here. Pollen is ridiculous. Yes, pollen has really been bad here as well. We're not too far from each other, are we, Anita? No, where Dawn is. She's usually here. She's real close to me. She's closer to where my husband works. And in August, I will have a sale on my Etsy shop, including any new stuff my daughter finally puts pictures of online for me. I've got over 40 new ones coming up. I've got the premium companies too. That 40 does not count the budget companies I'm destashing. I haven't even started to look through those yet. And if she can't take the pictures fast enough, she promised me she would. You live in Mississippi. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. We don't live that close to each other. I guess everybody has been. There was a retreat in diamond painting retreat up somewhere, Great Lakes area. Anybody know anything about that? Anybody hear anything about how that went or is still going? I don't know much about it. Anybody have the scuttlebutt on that? I know that Nyx had made some things for them, I think. I don't know. If I do anything like that through Cape May, it'll be very, very casual. I mean, I'm not talking about getting the big packets of goodies to give out. You know, I'm not talking about. There was a retreat in Ohio this past weekend. See, now I should have gone to Ohio because I have a friend in Ohio I could have gone to see. I was there. How did it turn out? Did they have a lot of people? Know anything about it? Gotta figure out where the number 2s are now. They're gonna be in the red. None on this one. I resort to a magnifying glass with the light on. Oh, here's some 2s. Because I need to get them in the right places. And oh my gosh, I'm so... My eyesight is not like it used to be. That's what I think we should be giving out at those things. We should be giving out magnifying glasses. I know it was full, but that's all I know. Okay. I watched the political debate the other Thursday night. And I won't mention my comments here. But I gotta say, I'm not happy with either one. I want a third candidate. That's as far as I'm going to go politically. I don't. I'm really. I don't know. Zara said they have room for me in Australia, so who knows? I may have to. I may have to run to Australia. This country isn't looking so good after a while. Oh, Canada Day was yesterday. Anybody know any Canadians who were celebrating their day yesterday? I just love the way my husband argues. It's like I watched the whole entire debate, beginning to end, when they walked on the stage to when they walked off. without shaking hands. And he watches a little bit of it because he said he couldn't stand to watch the whole thing. And then he argues with me about what was said. It's like, you weren't even there for the whole thing, dude. How can you say that you didn't hear what I heard? That drives me crazy. That men are like that. It's like, dude, you weren't even there. We have determined not to talk politics in our house because I disagree with my mom and my husband, and I just can't understand. I can't understand why they think in the way they are. And we just get into too many arguments. Is it like that in your families too? You don't all agree, and then you wonder. I'm thinking of, I want to try to get back together with my friend who ghosted me at least 5 years ago now. 4 or 5 years ago now. And we had been friends for 20 years before that. Best friends. I mean, totally, totally best friends. Deep, dark secrets, you know? And because of politics, at least as far as I know, because of politics, no longer friends. She ghosted me. I'm glad our founders, our country's founders, believed in hearty debate and agreeing to disagree, or else we wouldn't have the country we have in. But too many people take it personally and start calling each other names, and they get their mind off of what they believe is good for the country, and they take it as a personal affront if you don't agree with them. And I don't like that. I like healthy debate. I like to talk about issues without rhetoric, without a lot of vitriol, without lies, without making up facts, without agreeing to disagree. You don't have to fight each other. I used to tell the kids when we were angry with each other, when they were little, they used to scream, "I hate you, I hate you." And you know what? I hated that because that's such an ugly word. And what they really meant to say was, "I'm angry, I'm furious, I'm hurt." So I always used to say, we can be angry and still love each other. So we can disagree and still love each other. And that's always been my guiding principle. So when this good friend ghosted me, it was like, I thought she knew me well enough to know that we could still disagree and still be friends. We didn't agree on everything. I don't like to be played games with. I don't like to be people saying one thing just to be friendly and then coming out and saying something completely different, or ghosting, or that I don't understand that. And I thought I knew her well enough to know that although gullible about some certain things, she still was sincere. I try to see things from the other person's point of view as to why they might have thought that way, what they think they're getting out of it from that. But oh, Jamie, I love you too. Thank you so much. I don't know if that is for also promoting your channel, or if it's about what I've been rattling on about. I was going to show you some videos tonight. I just saw tonight that one thing that does bother me more than anything else is people that think they're privileged or entitled, or that are arrested for something and they say, well, don't you know who I am? It's like, who cares who you are? They try to get away with stuff, or they don't understand that they are just the same as everyone else on this earth. I don't care who it is. We all have to follow the same rules. We are not privileged. And except for those who are allowed to get away with everything and given carte blanche to do so by the higher powers that be, which I don't understand that at all. But anyway, what you've been talking about, it sucks when people do that. It does. I mean, you think you know somebody, and they get angry with you. I mean, gosh, you can be disagree and still like each other. We're not always going to see the same way. We're not made to be exactly the same. We're made to have different opinions and different experiences, and so to think that we're all going to agree about something is silly. And you don't have to take it personally. It just, I guess I don't get it. I don't understand how somebody can be so loving for 20 years. I mean, like, big sister loving. And sharing all your secrets. Ones that maybe even your significant other doesn't know. And then not answer any more phone calls, or I don't understand that. Have you ever gotten back together with someone like that? Have you ever, I mean, there are some friends that if you don't talk to each other for years, you kind of lose touch, and then you get back together, something makes you remember them, and then you talk a little bit, and you get back together again after a long time, and it seems like you've never been away from that person, and that's awesome. And then you don't talk again for another couple of years, but it's not because you don't like each other, it's just life happens. But I'm talking about, have you ever had a break with a friend and then years later got back together with them? Anybody ever had that experience? The world would be a sad place if we were all the same. It sure would be. It would be boring. But we have to be emotionally mature enough to be able to handle when people don't agree. You have to be like, okay, I can believe I'm solid in my beliefs. You don't have to believe what I believe. That's why I'm able to talk religion too, and not try to proselytize, or not try to get people to agree to my way of thinking. You can think what you want to think. In case you're looking for a new way of thinking, or something that works for me, I'll be glad to say it. But I'm not going to be heartbroken if you don't like what I have to say. It's just, you do you. And I'm not into this fear mongering. Well, if you don't believe the way I do, you're going to go to hell. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. No, we're supposed to love each other into a belief system and act our way into a belief system, not fear mongering, not fire and brimstone people into fearing God. That's just not. I don't believe that's what God wants either. No, because there's always anonymity with that person, animosity with that person. I have a friend, she lives 30 minutes away, and we don't talk for months, but we can pick up a conversation like we talked every day. Others, not so much. Yeah, exactly. The one gal I talk to almost every Sunday now, we were good friends growing up. We grew up in church together. Our parents were good friends. We saw each other a lot. She was a year younger than me in school, only because I was young when I went into first grade or kindergarten. And then we might not talk for a couple years, and all of a sudden, we bump into each other again, and we start talking like, it wasn't that long ago. The past number of Sundays since November, we've been talking on the phone almost every Sunday for 4 to 6 hours at a time. I'm diamond painting the whole time. But we just, we found out we had more in common than we remembered having even then. And it's awesome. Maybe because this other person, the friend that broke up with me, so to speak, took up a couple hours every day of my life, almost every day of my life. She wanted to talk every single day. And to me, that's a bit needy. I loved her, I didn't mind, but I don't need to talk, other than my husband or my kids or my mom or whatever. I don't need to talk to them every single day. And once a week is more than enough sometimes. I maybe because that person is in my life, maybe some other relationships had the room to grow. That one wasn't in my life as much anymore. I mean, that could possibly be it, don't you think? I don't know. Life is not always going to be lavender and roses. But I lost her at the same time I lost other good family members. I had, what was it, 7 losses in 2.5 years, including my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law, my father-in-law, my uncle, my aunt, my best friend ghosting me. So it was a grief. It was another loss. So it was too much for me to handle all at once, and I couldn't. So I didn't pursue it much. Once in a blue moon, I just to let her know that I was still around, I would say happy birthday on Facebook or things like that. I have to say that she joined the one church I was pastor of for a while, for about 1.5 to 2 years. She joined there as a member, and she was I baptized her a couple years before that, and she was in my confirmation class as an adult, even though the rest were teenagers. I welcomed having her in the confirmation class because we did some fun things, and she wanted to learn as much as she could. So she became a member at that church, and she loved that church for many reasons. And when I left that church, she stayed there, which is fine. I'm glad that if that was the whole reason that she could finally find a church, she was raised Jewish, and she was married to a Catholic. They raised their boys Catholic, but she was anti-religious, or no, not anti-religious. She was heavily spiritual, maybe into New Age stuff for a long time, but seeking, seeking, seeking. And she would ask me tons and tons of questions, and she knew I was in seminary. She was there when I was ordained into ministry. She was there the whole time. And how I went through different churches. I was up at one for 12 years, and then came home when my grandkids were being born, and I was at 3 different churches in this area for like a year or so at a time. And she stayed at the one. I'm very glad she did. I'm glad she found a home finally. But after that is when our friendship dynamic changed, and all of a sudden she wasn't there anymore. And I had a breakdown. I had burnout severely. When COVID hit, I was let go the month after COVID hit. So it was April 2020. And I had a breakdown, which had been coming for months. And I didn't want to see it. So for the past 4 years, I've been healing from that. And I'm only now feel strong enough personally to think about getting in touch with her again. Sounds like she was trying to manipulate your time. Know what I mean? Yeah, I do. She was extremely needy for a while, then sometimes she wouldn't be. I've always been a good listener. You guys don't know that because all I do is talk on this channel because you hear me talk. I want to go on Zoom where I can hear your voices too. That's still coming. The members, join the channel as a member and you will get Zoom privileges soon. We just find a good time. I haven't put the thing up. Okay. Squirrel. Come back. So I don't know. Should I? Should I or shouldn't I? It's something I have to decide in me. Something is not settled. I would really love to have at least one lengthy conversation with her so that we're both on the same page and we both know what happened and we both settle it. Either we go forward from there or we make peace with it. And I want to know if she became a grandmom. Her son got married. I know she's still at that church because every once in a while I will tune into that church online and watch a worship service from there and hear her read scripture from the podium during worship. And I like hearing her voice that way once in a while. I don't know if she ever watches my YouTube channel or lurks or anything. I doubt it. But she knows how to find me. And I don't feel, you know what I mean? I think life has to be about love. We're put here to learn how to love and be loved. And I don't think, even a friendship love, I don't think our relationship has been resolved. I don't think ghosting is a way to, it's okay to deal with hurts that way that you can't get around, but I don't think it's a long-term solution. My grandmother and her cousin did that. And, we were over at each other's houses for holidays all the time. They were both Pennsylvania Dutch. So when you take food over to somebody's house, but you tell them how to cook in their own kitchen, it doesn't go over well. So they ghosted each other when we were kids. So I lost a whole group of cousins that I'd occasionally bump into every once in a while. You would contact her. People do grow out of relationship. That's why they go in separate directions. And maybe she is afraid to contact you. She can always say no, right, Anita? Maybe I should write a letter. Because that way I'd have time to put my thoughts on paper and send it to her. Then it isn't. You have to set boundaries. They are hard to stick to, but good for you. You're right, Jamie. You're absolutely right. Boundaries are a good key. And I would put them on the relationship. I would say once a week. I think that's a boundary because I have more than one person in my life now. And I can't, as much as I love that person, other than my husband and my kids and my mom, I don't think anybody deserves me every single day. I love you guys too. I don't think the majority of people need me every day. They don't, besides, don't rely on me that much. I'm not the be all and end all. I'm not here to answer every question. I'm not here to be your emotional support person. Have a group of people you can go to that support you in different ways. Don't just go to one person. You need more than me. No is the only thing that she could say that's bad. I don't know if I would write a letter. I think you need to speak to her face to face. I do need to speak to her face to face, but I think to open the conversation, to let her know that I want to meet with her. Oh, gotta run, long day tomorrow and go off to some sleep. Thank you, Michelle, for being here tonight. Thank you for always being here, sweetheart. Have a good night, and I hope to see you again maybe next week, maybe not. We'll see. Thank you for joining us, hon. Have a good time with your boyfriend. Do some more puzzles, even if it's just over Zoom. Yeah, and I'm learning a lot more about myself too. I've learned in a way that somehow I wanted the relationship like that. I felt good about somebody needing me that much. And that was an ego boost too. I think sometimes we do that. And that wasn't good for me either. I didn't put my boundaries for my own sake as well as for her sake. And I don't think I'd do that again. I've been talking like a crazy person. Hopefully it's been entertaining. And I'm really glad that you're all part of the conversation. I really appreciate that. Um, I need some closure, and I think I'm just about ready to get that closure. I have so many questions that I want to, why didn't she take the job in Texas where one son now is married and resides, and her mom had passed and her ex-husband had passed. I was with her for her mom. I wonder how her dad's health is doing. I wonder how her other son is, who was living with her, and what he's doing, and whether she's a grandmom yet, because she couldn't wait to be a grandmom. And it'll be a long distance grandma. There's just so many things I want to know about her life that we talked about so often. Does she have a love in her life now? I imagine she'd want to know what I'm doing now that I'm not in a church and that kind of thing. Maybe she doesn't, but I have to believe that she thinks about it too. We even went on a cruise together to celebrate her 10-year cancer free. and it was a fabulous cruise. We didn't get along 100% of that time, but for the most part we did. We had a fabulous time. I wouldn't trade that experience for the world. And I know politics is a tricky subject, so maybe I should wait until after the elections in the fall. That way it's a done deal. Whatever happens will be a done deal. And we can't argue about it then. But I'd like to know if she still feels the same way about her candidate, which I never understood to begin with, but whatever. I just don't like the feeling that there's something unresolved. And thank you, Anita, for your idea. And I think I will, like, write her a letter, and she can either open it and read it or throw it away. If she's interested, she'll read it. I know I'd read anything she sent me. And maybe it'll open a dialogue. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, maybe we'll meet up at a restaurant somewhere and end up picking up where we left off and crying over the 4 years that we missed out. I still have her phone number in my automatic phone settings in my car, and it's right next to my husband's name. And I often wonder if I'll accidentally push it and get her voice on my phone instead of my husband's and go, oops. Haven't done it yet, but I haven't been able to take her name off of that. I guess that's very telling, isn't it? I didn't mean to make everybody sad and, boo-hoo-ish tonight. I've been reading some deep thinking things, and it's been putting me in a different mood. And I apologize if I am um, putting people off tonight. Put in the comments, especially those who are watching on the replay, put in the comments if you're excited about the event coming up in August and about all the goodies we're having to give away. And if, how long is your longest friendship? How long has your longest friendship been? Have you had somebody from grade school? Do you have a best friend for that long? You guys too, Anita and Jamie. And Dawn's still here. How long have you been best friends with somebody? Your longest friendship. They don't often last 20 years. Oh, thank you, Jamie. Oh, you're sweet. You guys are sweet to let me rant every once in a while. I think these feelings are common to everyone. I don't think they're unusual for for me to have and nobody else to have. So I think that by me talking about them, it may help somebody else to think about something that has been bothering them for a while. because I can't be the only one who's had friends ghosting them. Longest friendship to date would be 21 years. No, I don't have anyone around that long. It's just me and my little doggy. Well, hopefully, and we get to stick around for a while. How long have you known Nyx? You become very good friends with Nyx. I love how energetic she is and how unapologetically herself she is. I just love that. I love people with that kind of confidence in themselves. Something I haven't never had. I just admire that. Never had a whole lot of confidence in myself growing up. I like myself a lot more now than I ever did when I was younger. And I look back at my pictures when I was younger, I'm like, why didn't I like her? Why didn't I like what I saw in the mirror? Why didn't I like that person? She was cute and creative and fun and a good loyal friend. But I didn't appreciate her. She was spiritual way back then. Way back then, I used to see angels. Used to talk to the angels all the time. Used to have imaginary friends, they called it then. I have been in her life for 3 years now, but really just became friends last year. Cool. Cool. One of the things I like about doing the channel is the people I meet. And every year I get to know new people and more people, and I just adore knowing people from around the world now, and not just the States, but around the world. And it tickles me. I always wanted pen pals from around the world when I was little. I used to write people, in the back of like American Girl magazine, do you want a pen pal from around the country? And then, in those days, it didn't cost you much to send a letter around the world and send stickers and all kinds of fun things to them. Loved, loved, loved getting mail. And you don't get mail much anymore unless you order stuff. I don't know. Now I hear from all y'all around the United States and around the world, and I feel like the luckiest person ever to meet all of you. To meet Zara and Gemma and Tammy and, all of you who show up every week. And I've met and talked to people from Peru and the Philippines and Japan and different islands, Canada and Mexico, and all over the States. And it's such a joy to get to know different people. That's what I love about the internet. I couldn't stop doing these lives, no matter what else I was doing, because I'd miss all you guys. But I do want to hear your voices too. I want to get to know and hear your voices too, not just me chatting it up. So that's the next iteration for members only type of situation. So let's see, I think I've got all the threes put on this one now. This is kind of starting to look interesting. They're going to be pretty. I love to see all the colors in here. It's almost 11 o'clock, guys. It's 10 of 11 already. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Oh, my parents were right to call me Chatty Cathy when I was little. I could talk up a storm. I could talk my fool head off. So, again, to remind everyone, I may or may not be on next week. Probably not. But if it's the only time Zara can be on the whole time, I might seek to do my stream from down at the seashore. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I might or might not be on next week. I'm going to try to put up a video this week about the August event and all the goodies that we have lined up for everybody who are winners. Don't forget to fill out your new Google form. It's in the description box and in the chat as to how to get a hold of that form. And let's see. I might be taking my embroidery with me to the shore instead of diamond painting this time. Just for something different. Just for something different. And the crazy question of the night was, what extinct animal would you like to have seen? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe next time I'll ask you a math question out of my math book. That'll be crazy. But I thank you for keeping me company every Tuesday night. If y'all have any suggestions about a topic you'd love to chat about, feel free to email me at wandasworkbasket@gmail.com. If you have any crazy questions you would like asked of the whole community, please let me know. New things will be coming up on my Etsy shop this summer. Please be patient as we get them up. I am working diligently behind the scenes on a community where we can hear each other's voices and possibly see each other's faces when we craft together, probably via Zoom. Probably won't be Discord though, it'll probably be Zoom. And also, oh, don't forget to send either Nix or Melissa a reminder of when she's going to, next, not this coming week, the following week. 2 weeks from tonight, Nix will be a guest, if it's still okay with her. 2 weeks from tonight. I'm eager to have her on. I will also have one, eventually on a Saturday morning, I will have one of the artists from Art and Soul Diamonds on as a guest. She's agreed to join me the last Saturday of August. She's not available the first Saturday of our group, so she'll be a guest. I want to have Crashly, that's the name I couldn't remember earlier. I want to have Crashly on sometime. She doesn't email me back. I sent in the form that Tammy gave me. I haven't heard anything back, but I have ordered from her too. So anyway, we'll see. Lots of fun things, lots of fun prizes, including $60 to Amazon for anything you'd like, including a Chuck Pinson diamond painting you can have your choice of, a diamond painting that Teresa has donated of a gorgeous flower, another diamond painting that Art and Soul has donated. So we have a number of first prizes that we'll be giving out at the end of August. So you don't want to miss the grand giveaways in August for the August event. Next up, Dick Dastardly. Oh, hello, honey bun. Oh, okay, I know. I wrote it down, but didn't remember which notebook. Yeah, pretty soon. Yes, I'm going to be off in a short second, and I don't know. Did Sally Star do Dick Dastardly on her Saturday morning channel? I don't remember the cartoons that she had on all the time. But I will very, very shortly sign off with my Sally Star Saturday morning delivery. And I look forward to chatting with everyone, if not next week, in the near future. I'm looking forward to it. You never know when I'm going to pop up on a Saturday morning, on a 9 a.m. Saturday morning, 9 or 10. We shall see. Alrighty then. Let me pop into my other screen as we move forward here. What? Just Popeye? She had more than Popeye. She had more than Popeye cartoons, or I wouldn't have watched her. Okay, everybody. I'm going to give you the big Sally Star ending. Thanks a lot, everyone. I wish you love, luck, and lollipops. Mwah! Bye, everybody. Have a great week.